Hey everybody, Joshua Laycock here, Lifestyle Evolution. I'd like to speak about something today that I'm going to try not to get heated about. I know, where's the fun in that, right? So my son's school, primary school, the teachers are on strike today, and they are disputing, among other things, salary and things of that nature. This is not going to be a conversation about whether the teachers are right or are wrong, or whether I believe that their position is right or wrong, nor, got to keep my mouth shut, my views on putting the teachers' needs ahead of all the children and the parents. You know, I'm pretty lucky that my job is fairly flexible. A lot of parents aren't, but I'm not going there. Over the weekend, I was talking to my son about this, and I said, oh, by the way, you're in before and after care all day on Monday because the teachers aren't there. And he said, yeah, they're on strike. And I said, oh yeah, what do you know about that? Well, they told me that we're on strike, that the teachers are on strike because the government doesn't give them enough money, and that because of that, they're going on strike. I said, okay. And my wife watched me bite my tongue. But I did have to say to him, son, I need to make a change. The teachers are of the opinion that they are not paid enough. And that is a very, very important distinction. And I'm not sure that it's one, I'll give him, he's 5, but I'm not sure this is one that was very well articulated. Because when I dropped my son off this morning, more than a few kids at his daycare, which happens to be in the school, were telling me how because the teachers are not paid enough, they're not here, therefore they get a day off. Yahoo! This is something that is very dangerous. One, aside from the fact that I believe that they are using their position, and I don't think it was his teacher. He made reference to the fact that it came over the loudspeaker, so suggested someone in the office was talking about this. I am very uncomfortable with the idea of schools using their position as propaganda machines, particularly when it seems for the younger children, which this school is full of, that they are representing an opinion as fact. And this is where I have an issue. Because even as I was speaking about this today with some people at work, they were saying, well, they are unpaid. They are underpaid. I said, well, it's your opinion that they're underpaid. And I'm not trying to be a contrarian ass just for the sake of it. The importance, or the difference is fucking important. And this is where I think a lot of people are missing out. There are facts and there are opinions. Whether someone is paid enough is an opinion. Nobody is right or wrong. It is a negotiation. And if we lose the capacity to differentiate a fact from an opinion, we are fucked. Because this is when opinions start to become fact, which means they start to become truths. Which means that you are right and I am wrong. It is divisive and it doesn't work. How do we have an open negotiation when each side is of the opinion that their version of this opinion is a fact and therefore I am right and you are wrong? And I would be equally as fired up if the government was making the same arguments on the other side, and quite frankly, they probably are. I don't read the news because quite frankly, I don't give a shit enough to know what is going on here. But this moved its way into my home because of the way it was presented to my kids. Opinions are opinions. Facts are facts. And even facts can be manipulated in such a way as to present an opinion. There are very few truths in this world, yet I think we're forgetting that. And I think this is probably why we are so divisive, why we are so angry with each other, why we are so incapable of compromise. How do you compromise when you walk into a situation thinking you are right and someone is wrong? When you are the truth holder, and they are spitting falsehoods. How do you compromise and how do you discuss logically and rationally when you think that an opinion is a fact? You can't, by its very definition. If I'm staring at a piece of paper that is blue and someone wants to argue with me that it's red, barring some sort of color blindness, I'm not going to give into it. I'm not going to entertain the discussion. 2 plus 2 does not equal 73. 2 plus 2 is 4. But if you go into a situation and you are confused about something and you think that this opinion of yours is a fact, one, you hold your opinions in very high esteem. I suspect that's an ego issue. But if you think that your opinions are truth, if you think that your opinions are fact, they are by definition non-negotiable. No shit. We're not talking. I wonder why labor disputes get to the point where the kids are suffering and where the parents, particularly those not fortunate enough to have flexible employers or who can work from home or who can afford alternate accommodations, those hard parents that are grinding it out, that if they have to take a day off, they don't get paid. These are the real consequences of these types of situations. Teachers knew what they were getting paid before they came in, and governments know that teachers feel that they should make more money, and they're probably trying to take every opportunity to squeeze them. Neither are innocent. Neither are wrong. But no surprise we're not able to come to some sort of meaningful compromise without massive collateral damage, because everyone thinks that everyone else is stupid and everyone else is wrong and their version of the opinion is truth. That is very dangerous. It is the death of discourse. It is the death of negotiation. And while I certainly think that being civil all the time isn't the way to go, it is a very real threat to the civility of what we've constructed as modern society. And I'm not trying to be dramatic, it's true. How many times do you get enraged because someone doesn't agree with your opinion because you think that your opinion is fact? Your brain is of course going to be angry because in your mind someone is arguing something that ought not to be argued against. But the simple reality is the overwhelming majority of everything that we do and everything that we say is in some way, shape, or form an opinion formed by our own experiences and our own lives and the own things that modify us and influence us every single day. So is it a big deal that they're not in the school today? No. Do I hope that both sides come to some reasonable compromise? Of course. Does my son give a shit? Probably not. Do I? Not really. Only because it's not my fight. They're fighting their fight. But we cannot allow opinions to be presented as facts, and we sure as hell had better not put opinions into the minds of our children and tell them they are facts. That's low. And if that's what's going to happen, the whole argument about putting kids first is bullshit. And I'm sorry it is. If any teacher is out there telling these children as a fact that the government is not paying them enough, rather than having the courage to say that this is my opinion, these are my convictions, and these are the things that I'm fighting for, you're not putting the kids first. And that's all I have to say about that. But that's just my opinion. I'll see you tomorrow.